to appeal to your sense of civic virtue and patriotism. There are those among you who remain loyal to the crown, and others who see the current crisis as a problem for the Low Country. But we're here to tell you that we have reached a crossroads, where you must choose between liberty and tyranny. Our relationship with the crown has been destroyed beyond belief. And as Thomas Paine wrote in Common Sense, it is absurd to think an island could rule an entire continent.
We have come to blows with a government that is supposed to be our protector. We fought the Redcoats on Lexington Green. We fought them again at Bunker Hill. And we fought our neighbors here at 96.
At this very moment, there are records that suggest that General Henry Clinton is sailing south with 1,500 British soldiers to capture the city of Charleston. And if he is successful, he will no doubt treat those citizens in the same oppressive manner as he does the people of Boston.
And there are rumors the British officials have stirred up the Cherokee, and that they are now preparing to attack settlements from here to Virginia.
We must accept that it has become necessary to dissolve our political bands that tie us to the island across the Atlantic.
We must assume our place among the powers of the earth, a separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and nature's God entitle us.
Now, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that we should declare the causes which impel us to such a separation.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and a pursuit of happiness.
To secure these rights, governments are instituted among men and women, deriving their power from the consent of the governed.
Whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it.
And to institute new government, laying its foundation upon the principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness.
Prudence, indeed, will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes.
But when a long train of abuses and usurpations pursuing invariably the same object evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security.
Such has been the patient sufferance of these colonies, and such is now the necessity that constrains them to alter their former systems of government.
The history of the present King of Great Britain is a history of repeated injuries and usurpations, all having in direct object the establishment of an absolute tyranny over these states.
To prove this, let facts be submitted to a candid world.
He has refused his assent to laws, the most wholesome and necessary for public good.
He has forbidden his governors to pass laws of immediate and pressing importance.
He's called together legislative bodies at places unusual, uncomfortable, and distant from depositories of public records.
Yes, for the sole purpose of fatiguing them into compliance with his measures.
He has dissolved representative houses repeatedly for opposing his invasions against the people.
He has obstructed the administration of justice by refusing his assent to laws for establishing judiciary powers,
and made judges dependent on his will alone.
He has created a multitude of new offices and sent swarms of officers to harass our people.
He has even kept among us in times of peace standing armies without the consent of our legislature,
and rendered the military independent of and superior to the civil power.
He has cut off our trade with all parts of the world and imposed taxes on us without our consent.
We're deprived of the benefits of trial by jury, and he wants to take us to England to be tried for pretended offenses.
The king has abdicated government here by declaring us out of his protection and waging war against us.
He's plundered our seas, ravaged our coasts, burned our towns. He's destroyed the lives of our people.
This very moment, he's transporting large armies of foreign mercenaries to continue the works of death desolation and tyranny, already begun with circumstances of such cruelty and perfidy, scarcely paralleled in the most barbarous of ages.
He has excited domestic insurrections amongst us.
He has endeavored to bring on the inhabitants our frontier, the merciless Indian savages whose known rule of warfare has no distinguish between sexes, ages, or conditions.
At every stage of these oppressions, we have petitioned for redress in the most humble of terms.
But our repeated petitions have only been met by repeated injury.
A prince whose character is thus marked by every act which may define a tyrant is unfit to be a ruler of a free people.
Here! We have tried, without success, to find resolution with our British brethren.
We have warned them from time to time of attempts by their legislature to extend an unwarrantable jurisdiction over us.
We've appealed to their native justice and asked them to disavow these usurpations.
But they've been deaf to the voice of justice and ignored our kingship.
We must therefore acquiesce in the necessity which denounces our separation, and hold them as we hold the rest of mankind. Enemies in war, in peace, friends.
We therefore, appealing to the supreme judge of the world, for the rectitude of our intentions,
Do, in the name and by the authority of the good people of these colonies, declare that these united colonies are, and of right ought to be, free and independent states.
That they should be absolved of all allegiance to the British Crown, and that all political connection between them and the state of Great Britain ought to be totally dissolved.
Join us, all who are in support of a call for independence.
Huzzah! Huzzah! Huzzah!